we track the world's biggest crypto influencers and the world's best crypto traders, because if you're going to copy trade someone, if you're going to get token recommendations from someone, who else are you going to get them from? The 6th best or the 600th best? No, we're going straight to the top because we want only the highest quality gains for ourselves. And some man who's been at the top for a while, since the 2021 bull run, even before that, 2019, early OG in crypto is EIlioTrades. And he's a strong believer that right now we're on the precipice of not just a meme coin supercycle like a lot of people are saying, but a altcoin utility season like nothing else. And tracking this guy's wallets, tracking this guy's portfolios, and tracking his gains over the last 4 years, honestly, it's been crazy. To think that he's made 9 figures would not be absurd. Definitely 8 figures. In fact, his main project, Superverse, which has had a few iterations from Super to Superfarm to Superverse, is the 135 largest crypto token in the entire world. And this is his project. So he's extremely well connected. He's got the results that everyone wants. I wish we were copy trading him 5 years ago. We would be a lot wealthier. And right now, he's insanely bullish on the market. And in this video, I'm going to show you why he's so bullish, what niches he's so bullish. Spoiler, it's going to be AI and DeFi, and what tokens he's currently holding that he thinks are going to get the best return. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's jump in. Ilio tweeted, and this is really recently, this is only 2 days ago. We retire our children's children this year. Golden Bulla alt season. This is what we all want. It's alt season. We don't just want Bitcoin season. We don't just want meme coin season, but we want altcoin super cycle. In fact, he followed this tweet up with, summer may or may not be hot AF. And summer is obviously in the Northern Hemisphere. So July, which is right now. Really hard to tell. So he's saying, even if it's not yet, it's coming. Social metrics are ice cold, Twitter, TikTok, all the big social media platforms are not crazy like they were at the top of a cycle. So he's saying it seems way closer to a floor, what we're currently seeing, or the prices we're currently seeing, than a ceiling. I feel that itch that anything you buy this summer, so in the next couple of months, will appreciate wildly over the coming year. It's big boy season. And based on the bit of FUD that we had last week that seems to have disappeared instantly, Ilio said, oh, you sold the fake out dip before the golden bull run. He keeps calling it a golden bull run, so not just a bull run. Bull runs are insanely profitable. He thinks it's going to be more than that. I'm so sorry for your bloodline. This is the super cycle. On this channel, we're sort of split between meme coins and tech utility alts. Alex Becker, EIlioTrades, and someone like Murad. And I couldn't find it for some reason, but I know and I've watched an interview between EIlioTrades and Murad. And the whole time, Ilio's like, I believe memes are going to take off, but I also think the same thing is going to happen in utility token. And so I can't find the actual video, but Ilio talks about why is this controversial? Memes are cancer, he says. Back to tech. He's way more bullish on tech than he is memes. Even though he's in some memes like Pengu and Mog, he thinks that tech is the ultimate thing that's going to run and give us the gains. In fact, he replied to Murad's tweet here saying, memes don't get better, they just survive. Superverse, which is obviously his tech utility token, will not only be here in 3 months, but it'll be even better than before. So he's saying meme coins are just going to coast and survive. And if they're still here, they'll probably do well, but they're not working on themselves. They're not working on the tech utility and all the fundamentals behind the project in order to accelerate the actual product. And what we're going to find out in his latest project actually drive revenue. And so I'm not sure if you know this, but if you go to Ilio's Twitter, you can actually see he's got a new disclosure list, just like Alex Becker. It's a very legal sort of obligation that they've put out there for all the tokens that they are affiliated with. However, if you come in and look at this, you have no weighting. You don't know which ones he was in 2021. You don't know which ones that he was really bullish on have crashed to almost zero. You don't know which ones he still owes promotions and shoutouts and actual work for, and which ones are over. So in this video, I'm going to go through 5 tokens with their affiliation to Ilio and why I am bullish on almost every single one of them. I'll give you my opinion as I go through them, starting with the highest market cap, so lowest risk, but also lowest return, all the way down to the most degenerate. And we are going to start with one called, I actually don't even know how to pronounce it. I believe it's AIOZ, AIOZ. And AIOZ is quite a solid market cap at the moment. It's at just under that $400 million level. And if you have a look, it peaked at a $1.4 billion level. So it is really closer to the blue chip in the AI niche than anything else. It's not currently a token that is understated and under the radar and undiscovered. But if AI goes, Ilio, Becker, Miles, Peter from House of Crypto, this token has so many influencers behind it in order to keep it at that blue chip status. They've got 107,000 followers on Twitter, and they describe themselves as DePIN, Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Network Powering Web 3. They have AI compute infrastructure, decentralized S3 object storage, they have a pinning service, and a peer-to-peer media streaming. So they really are the hardware that is going into this AI revolution on the blockchain. Another major token that Ilio is partnered with, if you have a look, we can find it on his list right about here. I was looking for desync, but it's also called Destra Network. And you can see this isn't quite as high as the 400 mil market cap level. So even though it's number 291 out of all cryptos and probably top 20, maybe even top 15 or 10 in the AI niche. It's also got strong backers like Alex Becker, who I'll show you in a second what he says about it. But it's currently sitting at the $116 million market cap level. I believe this hit about 500. Yeah, it did. 500 million at its peak when we had the little bit of the AI pump in January. So it's got a lot of room to go to recover to its all-time highs. And in fact, it's currently at 11 cents. And Ilio actually doesn't tweet too much about these larger cap tokens. So I'm going to show you what Alex Becker says, because Alex Becker is normally getting into these tokens because of his relationship with someone like Ilio. Ilio tends to sign on first with things like Beam. I've seen it many times over and over. And then he's probably like, I'm guessing, but oh, I saw Alex Becker. Should we get him on the deal? And then Alex Becker will follow and promote him to his audience. And so Alex Becker wrote about Destra. There's really not a more blatantly bullish easy mode chart in mid-cap AI than Destra. Held hard AF through this last dip. The chosen child, I mean, that's strong words, of degen cheeky big booty mid-cap gains in AI has begun its next ascent, as predicted and foretold in the book of Papi Alpha KOL. And this was at 40 cents, then at 45 cents, he did another flex. This is back in January. Remember, right now, it's currently sitting at 11 cents. So it had a strong pullback from that 40-cent mark, and it's still got the same KOLs. It's still got the same building and infrastructure and fundamentals that it had. In fact, Alex Becker followed up recently, last edited in June 6, which is this month, AI coins that have stayed semi-strong like Desync, he also mentions PAL, OXL, and AIOZ, the other one we've talked about in this video, and ATOR, will rise to a bill/multiple billions in market cap. So if Destra does go to a bill and Alex Becker's right here, that's instantly about a 9x return. If it goes to multiple bills, that's an 18x from where we are at, and it's got a strong EIlioTrades affiliation. This next token has a much stronger EIlioTrades affiliation, because just like Super, which let's have a look what Super is at. We put that at the start of this video here. Currently it's sitting at a 600 million fully diluted value. And if we go to its all-time high, you can see it actually hit that $1 billion valuation. So Ilio knows how to launch $1 billion projects, and him, as well as the man we just talked about, Alex Becker, co-founded here by ZSS Becker and myself, are launching a brand new project and a brand new token called BlackHole DEX. I've done a full video on YouTube about them if you want to go watch that. Otherwise, stay tuned here for a very high-level bird's eye overview of this upcoming project. Now, the last time Ilio and Becker worked on something together, it did extremely well. It was Neo Tokyo, which I remember trying to mint one of these NFTs way back in the 2021 bull cycle, which peaked at about $120,000 per NFT, US dollars as well. And in the last 4 years, they've come a long way. They've been building not just products, but they've also been building audiences. And this is their latest project together, and they have all tokens coming for the community. There's some interesting stuff. Go watch my bigger breakdown if you want to see all the tokenomics and stuff. But there's a token coming out. In fact, he says here, engage for Black airdrop. This is how we know that there is going to be not just a token, but an airdrop to people who are following along and doing whatever activities EIlioTrades is trying to incentivize. So the best way to stay in the loop with Ilio and Alex Becker's new project is to go follow them on Twitter. They currently have 18,500 followers. Their website goes to just a coming soon page because this is brand new. But if you do go to actually the best way to do it is to go to EIlioTrades Twitter and then watch this 8-minute video where he outlines everything to do with BlackHole, because the token is not here yet. The project is not here yet, but what he's trying to do is build a decentralized exchange on AVAX for retail trading. He talked about how Sony launched on Sui and how a lot of big companies who are joining Web3 are going to be following, likely going to AVAX is Ilio's bet, and they're going to need a high quality, trustworthy, decentralized exchange that they can trust that also makes money. This is why Ilio is way more bullish on utility, because he can actually create products that make money. Now, this next token, important to note, is not currently an Ilio hold. However, it's got strong ties to not just Ilio, but also BlackHole, the project we just went through, and we could potentially be front running a big influencer like Ilio or someone else in the future, because we've gone from $100 million market caps down to more the degenerate side. Insane amounts of risk, but also insane amounts of reward if we're right. And this is something like the next pin link. And that's because OX Gasless is outside the top 1,000 tokens by market cap. It's currently under, at least circulating, just over, in terms of fully diluted, a $10 million valuation. And OX Gasless described themselves as an open sourced agent kit that allows AI agents to interact with decentralized app and contracts on AVAX, which Ilio is betting is the biggest chain, without gas. And it's backed by the Avalanche Foundation, as you can see on this official tweet by Avalanche Foundation. Gasless AI agents are coming to Avalanche. OX Gasless is building an SDK, a software developer kit, that enables AI agents to operate seamlessly on chain with no gas fees, which, if you think about AI agents and how much they're going to be trading compared to humans, you need a space where gas is as little as possible or as free as possible. Why is this in an EIlioTrades video? Because if you go to Ilio's Twitter and you scroll down, you can actually see that he is following OX Gasless. And he's not the only one. If you go to BlackHole DEX, which is Ilio's new project, you can see that they are also following OX Gasless. And I know OX Gasless have a strong KOL partnership program because they partnered with us here on the channel. And they officially announced a partnership with BlackHole. They say, we're thrilled to announce our partnership with BlackHole, the ultimate liquidity and trading hub for all blockchain projects on Avalanche. By integrating BlackHole's cutting-edge liquidity solutions into our agent kit package, we're unlocking next-generation features that will redefine how AI agents trade and engage with blockchain projects on Avalanche. Remember, EIlioTrades is extremely bullish, not just on AI agents, but also on Avalanche. And then if you come back to the 2025 major positions and advisories of Ilio, and you scroll down to the AI section in here, because he does have a lot of gaming, he does have a couple of memes in here, but they're not really the meta in the cycle yet. And actually, going through Ilio's tweets, it looks like he thinks that gaming and memes might even run after utility season. But when you come down to these AI tokens, you can see vertical AI tucked in here. And a lot of these projects, if you go, I'll show you actually a little hack on how I make a lot of these videos. You come to the Twitter search over here, and you can see I'll type in the project name from the user who I'm making the video about, someone like EIlioTrades. But Ilio doesn't actually tweet about a lot of the projects that he's partnered with, like very minimal of them. And there are some YouTube videos there, but there was one partnership that I saw that he had a reply tweet to, and that is Vertical AI. And you can see right here, Vertical AI recently. And remember, even if you're on that list of Ilio partnerships, some of them are from 3 to 4 years ago, and he'll probably never mention their name again. But very recently, on June 13th, just 2 weeks ago, Ilio replied to Vertical AI, who talked about reducing their buy and sell tax to 0%. They got a reply from Ilio himself, his official account, with a fire emoji. Now, it's only got 2,400 views. And it's funny because this might not look like much, but Ilio really does refrain from commenting and naming individual tokens, even when he's partnered with them and affiliated with them on Twitter. And the fact that this is really recent is really bullish for Vertical AI, because Vertical AI not only is another one of our awesome partners here on the channel, but they really skyrocketed early on to a $100 million plus market cap, which is what a lot of these AI projects are trying to do. They're launching, and a lot of them struggling to get over that 10 to 20 mil market cap level. Well, Vertical AI absolutely crushed it and got to a $112 million market cap before writing that back down, as almost every single project did after January. But right now, they're still sitting at a $15.3 million market cap with all the KOLs that they had originally. And not only that, but their team is out there hustling. This is literally the CEO giving a speech at the ACash Acceleration Summit really recently. I think this was this week, literally yesterday. And if you go and watch something like this, you can see how this project's not only building, but they've got strong marketing and they're really putting themselves out there and putting all their energy into blowing up this project. You also see Jimbo, who I've mentioned a couple of times on this channel. He's had some bangers, some legit 100x calls. He replied saying, keep building, literally yesterday as well. And if that's not enough on the KOL front, the big dog, Alex Becker, is also bullish on Vert AI. He talks about the top AI coins, the blue chip ones with the bigger market caps. And then once they go, he says these coins will surge and trigger an even bigger surge in smaller AI coins. The very first one that he listed is Vert AI. And what we're hoping with these tokens, and what we're hoping that Ilio is right, and we really will get an altcoin utility season, we're looking for the ones that do what Pinlink did last time. Because Pinlink, for people inside our inner circle, we detected Alex Becker's affiliation before everybody else. And within the next 2 weeks, it went on to do a 12x. It actually went on to do more than that because I think it did about $350 million market cap when it was inside our inner circle below the $30 million level. And this was back in December, January when the market was hot. But the market is heating up again because we've just seen our inner circle call another 20x, maybe even 25x. I'm going to show you in just a second where this price currently is with Gradient. And we had a community member submit it at an $800,000 market cap, an official alert and a crypto has affiliation go out at a $4 million market cap. And this thing was blowing up yesterday, guys. It went from that $14 million market cap, reclaiming all-time highs at a $27 million market cap. And why were we able to get in so early? Well, because we track the wallets, the portfolios, and the social media of the top influencers and the best crypto traders in the world, so that we are not exit liquidity. We're not waiting for them to post on YouTube and just be people that all those early people sell into in order to get out with their 10x. We want to be able to be those 10x people who are getting in before these things blow up, especially before retail and mainstream money get here. And the only way you can do that is if you have an edge in the market. That's why we built our whale tracker. That's why we built our Rubicon bot. So you can not only copy trade portfolios and get buy and sell alerts when these people buy, but you get to run your ideas against our lead researchers, our quants, and our community who's going to help you distinguish which ones of these might be rug pulls, which ones of these might be the next Pinlink. So if you're interested in joining an amazing community and finally moving out of being exit liquidity for all the other sharp whales who are inside our inner circle, the link to that is in the description below. I'd love to see you in there. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.